Happy Sunday. This is Asia on America on intellectualradio.com. I am your host, Asia Shakur, with my special guest co-host, Pound Cake, a.k.a. Miss Ann. We also have a special guest in the house tonight, Mr. Anthony. How you doing? Whoop, 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 like Arsenio. Whoop, 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 whoop. Right. How you doing today?
I'm good. I have not been called Anthony in the media ever. Thank you.
What do you go by?
I like Anthony. I think people should start calling me Anthony.
What do they normally call you?
Well, when I was on the radio, they called me Media Monix. Okay. I ain't like it, but I stuck with it.
Why? Who gave you that name? Like, that's so.
My first show was this sports radio show.
Okay.
And this guy named Malachi just it sounded good to him. I was in Illinois Media School.
Oh, okay.
And so he just put that together. My last name is Monix.
Okay. Well, you did briefly speak about you having a show. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh,
Are you on hiatus? Like, what's going on with that?
I was having some health issues, and
so
I needed to. No, it's peace, challenges, man. You need them. But I was having some health issues, so I just decided to. I wasn't really doing right because being in media, if you're really trying to get it and you just starting out, you're real busy. It kept me busier. It kept me too busy. It was for me to handle what I needed to handle health-wise.
Okay.
I was eating bad. I was eating fast food all the time. Oh, yeah. I've been on this flu restriction supposed to be forever, and I never really managed it. And so it was making me sick. And so I just now I've relocated. I'm out in Rockford now. I just needed to get away so I could just not have any distractions.
You a Libra, so I know exactly how that feel.
Yeah,
Are you gonna get back into media or?
Yeah. I'm just trying to actually be strategic this time instead of being all over the place like I was. Because it was one point where I had 4 radio shows. I was doing Power 92. That was through an internship through my school. They gave us a show. I was there for like 8 months. I had the Power 92. I had a show at My Radio Chicago called Sunday Night Vibes. I had the sports show on Monday, and I was doing my Shop Talk 7 on Thursday.
Yeah, you was real busy.
What was Sunday Night Vibes about?
We didn't know. We was just happy to be on the radio where we could cuss.
Okay.
And the way they pitched it is like this is professional radio right here. I guess technically it was because we could have made some money if we knew what we were doing. But it's because it's licensed at My Radio Chicago. You could play any music because it's licensed in the spins.
Okay.
The spins count if you got your BDS licensing thing together.
Good to know.
So we just talked about certain topics, played music from artists that we built relationships with, stuff like that.
Sunday Night Vibes sound good, don't it?
It did. Somebody took it, man. I was going to try to bring it back.
Oh, they took the name and the show?
Somebody got the name. We ain't never copyrighted or nothing, so
right.
It was up for grabs. It was me, my boy Ralph, and my girl Shay. It was fun.
Okay, so do you have any special projects or events coming up you want to talk about before we jump off into the topic?
No, I saw behind the scenes. I don't got no dates or nothing right now. I'm just trying to build everything right and do actually do a rollout for a change.
Okay.
Instead of just bam, I'm here, right. which works in a way,
yeah.
But I'm not trying to really. I was about to say not trying to be around the same crowd. Well, okay, in a way I'm not. I'm just trying to do something different. And if I want to do something different, I got to do different things.
You're trying to draw different crowds.
I was working with a brand manager before. It didn't last long, but I learned some things about being professional.
Oh, I'm actually starting a marketing company. We should talk after this.
Okay.
Okay, so this week we've been talking about a lot of, not really a lot, but some heavy things. I want to kind of bring it back, make it a little bit, engageable with my crowd. Quick shout out. Thank you for everybody that is watching on Facebook Live and YouTube as well. I appreciate the support. Each week I'm getting better. I can feel myself getting better, and I'm thankful for you guys on this journey. So I wanted to talk about the dissension between black men and black women. I mean, I'm on social media a lot because, like you said, when you're in media, as like Earl said, you have to be out there. You have to be visible. You have to be vocal. You have to, get in tune with your people if you want them to, follow what you're doing. So I'm on social media a lot, and I see there's always a lot of banter between black men and black women. There's always if you do this, you can get a man. If you do this, you can get a woman. So I just wanted to bring this on my show with an intellectual black man, get some thoughts on that, and see how we could go. So I'm a traditional woman, say you hate male. I believe in gender roles. I believe in a woman should do certain things, a man should do certain things. I think that we have really got convoluted with this whole women's liberation movement and wanting to be a man. We are asserting ourselves into roles that we really shouldn't. Those things should be held for a man. And don't get me wrong, women, we can definitely do things that men do. However, I feel as though sometimes those things should be strictly left for a man. So I think the major problem between black men and black women, we want to be a man too much. And that's the breakdown that gets us further from God every day. You know what they say?
Right.
And I want to just, get some feedback. Miss Ann, you
because
was...
I'm
you
itching.
jump- Hey,
yes.
D. Go, what you got to say?
So, not that I want to be a man, but I'm just saying. No, a lot of women have to take on some of those roles because the men leave us to have to do this. Because if we don't do it, then how's it going to get done?
I get that point, but that's just stepping up into your role as a parent, not more so of a gender thing.
Not even including kids. Like,
so what do you mean?
Running this exclude kids. Everybody don't have kids. Running the house, like just managing everything. Like men leave women to manage everything now. When before it was like
Y'all the best at it though.
We don't have no choice.
What you got to say?
Like our backs
Anthony?
against the wall. We got to. And if you're gonna do something, you got to do it right. So.
Absolutely.
I mean, first of all, for the record, I went to CVS. I have no idea what dissension means.
You should have went to school up north.
I lived on East End. You what I'm supposed to do?
Well, where's the disconnect? Like, where's it falling? Where are we falling off at? Like, where is?
It's
He plays too much.
All right, so the disconnect.
Yes.
So I'm trying to get out of the habit of speaking for people. So I'll give my experience. I've been in a. I'll be honest. Part of my brand is transparency. Yeah, I ain't really got nothing to hide.
Okay.
I got something I probably should hide, but I ain't gonna do it. So it is what it is. I've dealt with an irresponsible amount of women. When I say dealt, that don't mean I had sex necessarily. But I've dealt with an irresponsible amount of women. What it's bad, but what it's done for me is giving me some insight, right? Half of the problems that men say they have with women, I don't have them. I got theories about why.
What are some of the?
Give us some
give us some of the issues
All
that
right.
most men have with women, and then give me the theories of why you think they have these problems.
Okay, so I'm in retired Navy, right? So if you know anything about the military, you know I've been married 1 million times. It's just kind of how it goes.
That's how it goes.
So I've never had a conversation with a woman about submissiveness and all of those taboo types of things. I've never had to have this conversation. Probably, I think because I came in, they always say what you bring to the table. Well, baby, your bill's paid, and you got a nice car because I'm gonna take the bad car because it's my woman, right?
Right.
You're protected. I'm teaching you how to use a gun. Your family.
So
love
she's
you.
she's just automatically
So
submissive.
I never had to ask somebody to cook or clean or do the laundry.
Do you think those things make you submissive, cooking and cleaning? Because you use that first and then use these as an example. Does that mean submissive?
No, I don't even. Once again, I've never had this conversation
Okay.
with a woman. So submissive, I don't even care for the word. You could. I feel like a woman could call it what you want to call it.
Okay.
You don't got to call it submissive. You can call it my partner. That's fine with me. But the things that women do for men, women have always offered this to me. The only reason I know what women do for men is because they offered it to me. I didn't know to ask. I was 21 when I met my first wife, and she worked and went to school, but she cooked really well, and she cleaned better than me. She wasn't the only one cleaning now. If I spilled, but she managed the house. So if she spilled juice on the floor, if I spilled juice on the floor, I'm thinking like, oh my God, I just spilled juice on her floor. I am nervous.
Really? That's a stretch.
Was she in the military as well? I mean,
No. It was just really just reverence for her work.
Right.
She keep the house clean. She's there more than me.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never. But she still did the things that women do for men. She cooked. The sex was great.
I thought you were about to say phenomenal.
She had it off. Yeah, that too. We were young, so of course. I mean, we was like jackrabbits. So you know what I'm saying? She brought me into her family, and they received me real well. She helped me. She actually helped me become a bit more of a man. I was taking out cash advances every 2 weeks. One day she gave me $300. Said, "Boy, cut that out." You know what I mean? So she helped me get my money better. You know what I mean?
So what happened?
We got too many options.
Men do?
People.
So D said, what things make a woman irresponsible?
Irresponsible?
Yes, that's what you said.
No. When I mentioned the word irresponsible,
The number that he had way too many.
I was saying I dealt with an irresponsible amount
of
women.
He dealt with an irresponsible amount of women.
I'm not calling women irresponsible. That's the sisters got to handle that piece.
Don't get beat up this early in the show. We still got long.
I got to deal with the brothers because I know what our view is like.
Now, Miss Ann made a good point. What happened with that relationship? If she was I don't want to say the epitome, but if she hit the mark on all the things that you supposed to do, and you never had to have those taboo conversations about submissiveness, what?
Yeah, she was playing all her roles as a woman.
I'll say with her in particular. I never knew what the mark was. I didn't know that. I didn't know how to communicate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She had her faults too, but she ain't here to defend herself, so I'll speak about me.
Okay.
She I didn't know how to communicate. I think if I knew then what I knew now, I would have only been married once.
How many times have you been married, if you don't mind?
No, I don't want to really put that on the air.
No,
if you don't mind.
You said transparency was your brand.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
you
kind of
did say that.
Okay. Oh, no worries.
Twice and engaged once.
Oh, that's not a lot. I thought you were
that's
going to say
enough.
like 17 or something.
That's enough, though. Even in the second one, we actually went and got the paperwork, but we never took it back to the courthouse.
But you still lived as married.
We lived as married, but we never actually was officially married. Like when I married my son's mother, I didn't have to go get no divorce paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Miss Ann, you was about to say something? We use like roles. You said that in a snarky, like sarcastic way. Cause
definitely, that's my second language. So like we were saying. So we were talking about what's the woman's role and the things she should do, and so if she was playing her role so well with all these things, she can cook, she helped you, she kind of taught you how to manage your money, she did this. So what happened?
But in short, we took the easy way out, right? I cheated. That's the only time I ever cheated. I cheated. We seemingly got through that because she wanted me to stay home. I was accepting the idea that she didn't want me to be there because I messed up. So I'm getting ready to go stay back on the ship. Blah blah blah. Start handling our affairs. But it was weird. The woman I cheated with asked her, "Hey, do you want him back? Because if you don't, she wanted me."
Oh wow.
So she said, "No, I want my man." And okay, cool. I'm going home. So I went home. Things was cool. We had a lot of good times after that. But the trust obviously wasn't there. A lot of young people, we don't know how to work towards trust, retrusting again. You know what I'm saying? So the trust wasn't there. So some things happened. One thing in particular, we was at a club with some friends, and this girl, beautiful woman, she was all in my face. We all the band, my dumb behind. I'm kikiing it up. We were like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So okay. She pulled my shirt like, you better get over here. I said, oh, okay, yes, ma'am. Let me. So I killed that. Later on that night, we got home. She was like, look, I don't even want you going out nowhere without me. Now, that's unreasonable, but I still agreed to it, right, because I understood what just happened. So one day, a few months later, I really wanted to go out with my boys, just to have a beer after work, because I was working nights. And I knew she wasn't going to say yeah if I asked. I was told I wanted to go. So I went anyway. I came home, where you was at, I lied. I woke up in the morning because I can't hold a lie. I suck at lying. I don't even like it. It burdens me, honestly. So I confessed. I was like, I was lying, man. It is a burden. I was lying, man. This is what happened, blah, blah, blah. Literally, this is what ended the marriage. Well, if you're going to lie to me, we might as well divorce. I was so offended by that word that I was like, all right, we'll get divorced then.
So your disconnect in this relationship was like you guys were young. You didn't know how to, what is it?
Young, prideful.
Prideful, okay.
And I think society set us up too. This is what I mean. Real quick. 1970, around about, right?
Wait a minute. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Why are you talking about 1970?
I got you. Just be real quick.
Okay.
1970, right? I think it's when the first state, California, started doing irreconcilable differences.
Okay.
Which means you could divorce because you feel like it.
Right.
I don't like you today. Your feet stink. I'm out of here. So now we got that option. And then also for women, not just women, for whoever is not the breadwinner in the marriage, it's easy to get out the marriage or get money from whoever the breadwinner is,
mm-hmm.
right? Especially in the military, because you could just call the command, and now you finna get broke off. So it's so to me, because of things like that, that option and having that option there to leave, a lot of people take that option. One thing about having options is people are going to use them.
Mm-hmm. So do you think the major disconnect between black men and black women is options? Because we have the option to do so many different things?
I think it's a lot. It's really layered. It's a lot of stuff in conjunction with those options, right? The 80s killed us. The family, it was already getting hurt, right? In 1968 or 69, the single parent home rate was 27%, and that was considered atrocious. Mm-hmm. It's 70-something% now. Mm-hmm. We got so in the since then in the 80s, we got the crack era. That's what really did it to us, right? It did a lot to us. So even people in our age group didn't even respect our elders. Partly, in my opinion, because we sold them crack. Mm-hmm. Who respects a cluck? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We don't. Why I gotta respect you? You finna smoke this bag? I'm finna give you for $10. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now dad ain't home. Sometimes mom ain't home. My father raised me, so I have the mom ain't home situation. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that affected me in ways I didn't realize I was 32 years old.
Really?
Definitely does.
I had no women to nurture me and watch after me, and my father, he did what he knew to do, but that wasn't much. But I was safe, and he made sure I graduated high school, and I joined the gang. He beat that out of me the next day. I was just born with a healthy fear of authority in my family. So I
like that, a healthy fear.
I'm fortunate. A lot of people don't have that, and it ain't even their fault.
Mm-hmm. This generation doesn't have it.
Well, no, this generation do have it because my kids got it.
Okay.
Ain't no way. Largely thanks to their mama. Mm-hmm. You feel me? She the dopest at that.
Hold on, before I forget this, you made an interesting point about how drugs separated the dynamic, and I want to just ask your opinion. Do you think by taking the man out of the house, as Miss Ann said, our backs against the wall, and that has created a little bit of I don't want to say negativity towards black men, but some type of
and I get it.
You know,
I get it. It did, and I get it. For one, we've always been crappy husbands. We've been that way for 100 years.
Why? Why though? Why though?
Well, because of the things that's been accepted for thousands of years, which is male promiscuity. It's been socially accepted. That's one of the main things you hear when people break up. Oh, but he's still gonna cheat. That's the main thing. Am I right or wrong? That's one of the main things you hear.
Absolutely right.
So male promiscuity has been accepted since the beginning of time.
Where's the
one
line?
way or the other?
Yeah.
Right. So now y'all getting money now. Who finna put up with that?
Yeah.
You did. Who finna put up with getting beat on?
Yeah.
We've been doing this since the beginning of the time. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
So in a way, I feel like this time frame here actually needed to happen because we needed to understand. And I don't know how many people are gonna take the lesson, but I'm taking the lesson. Y'all ain't when the field gets somewhat leveled, we see what can happen.
That's interesting. I've never heard a man speak with that type of reverence before. That was kind of
a whole lot of fighting insecurities to be able to talk like this. I'll tell you that.
Do you think that a lot of men lack the maturity to have those type of conversations that makes it easier for a woman to step in and say, let me take my guard down and accept this man, as opposed to having this defense attitude, guarded up type of situation? Because I think a lot of the disconnect between black men and black women is we got our defenses up because the last man cheated on us, or the last man beat on us, or he walked out and left the kids, or he didn't have money. You know,
it's expectations, whether they be, you know, a lot of people expect so much of other people, and they try to make their roles for them. Like, you cannot make nobody roll. Like, you can't make me be a cookie baker or whatever you call it. You know, ladies, women.
Cookie baker.
I can't even say
housewife.
Whatever.
I want to know what she's saying, but I want to answer your question first. I'm sorry.
I mean, I wouldn't have a problem being a housewife, but there are certain things like that you know, I would do, but it's not like my thing to do. Like,
I would love to be a housewife, even though I was one. And let me refrain, because people are watching that know my husband, my ex-husband, and my children. I loved being a housewife. I just had the wrong husband. Mm-hmm. And I think that because I'm a, like I said at the top of the show, I'm a traditional type of woman. I grew up in a traditional type of setting where my dad was the head, my mother was subservient. Even though she was a loud and very opinionated woman, she was subservient. You know what I'm saying? So I came up under that. So that's the type of thing that I emulated, because we all are, you know, learned behaviors. We watch things as a learned behavior.
My situation's a little different, even though we're from the same kind of, you know, culture. My dad did everything.
Right.
He worked, he cooked, he cleaned, he combed my hair. He was always there, you know. And my mama really didn't have no specific jobs and roles to do, and she still lived the good life, you know.
Right.
So.
Now, what you gonna say?
Question? I forgot you asked me a question.
I don't know. Spirit told me to tell you shush.
That's my brother right there. I love that man. That's my man.
I said something about the dynamic of the drugs taking the black men out the house and making us have these type of attitudes towards black men.
So yeah. So first thing I would say is, I think that if it was the other way around, we still had the same problem. I think if the woman was taken out the house, we still had the same. It'd be different.
The drugs.
It'd be different.
Definitely.
It'd be different nuances, but I think we still have a similar issue. We'd have my issue, right, where I lacked femininity around me, and it affected me because now I don't know how to deal with women like that. And now I crave. It's weird. I crave intimacy, but it seemed like a lot of the women I've dealt with, they'll throw me their vagina before they'll give me intimacy.
And you know why that is? Because we've shown intimacy to a man who probably didn't have love and understanding and nurturing coming up. So now our defense is up. So we don't want to be vulnerable. You know, vulnerability, I think, is a major thing as well for both sexes.
We don't want to be, but if you come across the right person and they are that person, they can make you automatically be vulnerable.
So this is what I found out. I found that everything that happens at first is a smokescreen. This has been my experience. So even the quote unquote angry woman, right? I like them because I like.
Why you look at me?
You look at both of us.
Do I look like an angry woman or something?
Yeah. So look,
Me too.
Wait a minute. What color I got on? How do
black? Whoa.
He said black.
How do angry black women look?
like her, man. No, look.
Wait a minute.
No, look. No, I don't think. No, y'all don't present.
Come on, before I get angry.
Y'all don't present it. Y'all don't present as angry. I've had lunch with her. She's very pleasant, and you present as very pleasant to me. We've talked on the phone once before.
Yes, we have.
You're very pleasant. So some of them are angry, but they not really. It's not even really angry from my experience. It's just, I don't know. Maybe they would just want to let you know they ain't playing, or something like that. Because I don't try to make a wall fall, but they seem to fall easy.
Ew, I like that. I don't try to make a wall fall.
No, I'm saying I think
that was like pimpish.
I got some kind of. I don't solicit clients at all.
Wait a minute now. Let me get a drink of water.
I think I got like maybe a gift of this comfort gift. People are comfortable with me. So I'm just chilling. I'm letting you talk. Go ahead, baby. I hear you.
Now, Spirit said the vast majority of men are hypersensitive and unbalanced. So we actually have more feminine energy than masculine. And Isha, she says, black men definitely taken away from the community, so the community loses economic power. Lack of economic power makes some women bitter towards blac men. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree.
Sometimes it seems like even when y'all get money, y'all even more bitter towards men, black or whatever color.
Well, I'm the small percentage because when I got a couple dollars, I don't be.
It ain't tricking if you get it.
I don't think I be too mad about
that. Y'all won't get no money up because women will take care of a man. We've seen that too many times.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't, but it's like, it ain't really y'all place to take care of us financially, right? It's not. It's just not. We're seeing how it looks. You know, y'all. How many women? Maybe y'all are amongst the 0.5% that's different. But from my experience, women don't really respect a man who ain't bringing home the bacon. She'll give him some stuff. Right, y'all get horny and they attractive and they'll screw you like they need their rent paid. So of course y'all be intimate with them, but from my experience, I ain't seen a respect level. I'm dealing with a situation right now where I was dating somebody and she ran into a money issue. We was kind of early, so I didn't feel like it was my place to jump in there, especially with the type of issue she had. But she cut me off because she assumed that she got an issue that was caused by a man. And here she go, you know, can I cuss?
No.
Here she go freaking on a man who probably ain't gonna help her with her situation. But she didn't even consult me about it before she cut me off. So she looking at me like this is another bum. And I'm the furthest thing. Ain't no bum on my rap sheet. You can go look around. You don't have it. You know what I'm saying? I've been a breadwinner my whole life, my whole adult life. You know what I mean? So, and I definitely would have helped her.
So you say that black women don't respect broke men?
I don't want to say it like that because I think
Because
some black
it's
I
too
think
many
some
black
black
women that respect too many broke black men.
Absolutely.
I think some black women could respect a man who's in transition and he grinding, and she know his story. I think a lot of black women could respect that, but just a bum, a dude who ain't really trying to get it, a dude who ain't really trying to put himself trying to put himself in position to get money. I mean, y'all know better than me, y'all women.
So let me tell you,
Yeah,
I think that's what the problem is because too many women are accepting of a broke bum man who ain't trying to do nothing, and it brings her down, which again brings down society and everything else because he messed up the foundation.
He should say we respect ambition and execution.
Yeah.
That's the key point.
Execution.
Execution. You have to execute.
But check it out, though. Here's something interesting. I'm not making a hypothesis out of this. It's an observation. Okay. When did women start really getting money, like as a group? It was a few of y'all.
I say like the 90s.
80s, 90s, right? Y'all started becoming senators.
I don't know.
And
I have family members that have been getting money since a long time.
No. He mean like as a collective. I think.
But I mean like there was a group of them.
I mean it's case by case. But he. Yeah.
But okay, but so let's for the sake of conversation, let's say 90s.
Okay,
80s,
for the
90s.
sake of conversation.
Okay, so now women start getting this money. Y'all in the workforce. You know, the whole World War II thing on steroids, and y'all haven't stopped, right?
Right.
Now, here's a dilemma here. They didn't make extra jobs to accommodate the new participants in the workforce. Is that a fair statement?
It is.
So now, with that said, and especially if you like me, growing up in an apartment, you didn't do a lot of the handy stuff that would give you skills to make money on your own, right? So, with that said, it was inevitable that you would have men without skills or jobs. It was inevitable. So a man needing money from a woman, the way y'all used to need it from us, and y'all needed it from us not because y'all didn't have a skill, it's because it wasn't socially acceptable for y'all to.
Because we were behind the scene making things happen.
Yeah, we were cookie
and
bakers.
So now, since it was inevitable that we was gonna run into the situation where men don't got no money like that. Well, a lot of men don't got money like it was inevitable. It was bound to happen. And like I said, a lot of us, like me, I grew up in apartments, so I never changed the toilet out. I didn't even change. My pops didn't even show me how to change brakes. He knew how to do it. I didn't start deciding to learn how to do this kind of stuff until I had my first biological child. He's 7 now. I was 30 years old before I decided I was going to change my own tire because now I inherited 2 kids.
So what was your dad's line of business? Like, what did he do for work? What was his line of business?
Construction. Like heavy equipment operation.
And he never taught you anything.
He never sat me down and taught me. I learned by watching him. A lot of stuff, like I learned social things by watching him. But like the hands-on stuff, never.
But I think that's a cop-out, though, because when you...
No, I'm not using it as an excuse.
No, not for you particularly, but I see where you're coming from. Everything, like I said, is a learned behavior. So if you don't learn it, you don't know it. And I think a lot of men use it as a cop-out because nobody never taught me this. Nobody never showed me this.
No, but I think that's a part of men not doing their role because I think as a father, not to say discredit your father or anybody else, but I'm speaking on my father because he is, can't cuss, he's the ish, right? Even though whatever his issues he had in life, he taught me everything step by step. He made sure, and I was a girl. Like, he made sure that I knew these things so that I can be out in this world. Like, I know how to change a tire. I know what this noise is my car is making. I know how to unscrew the 2 screws. And
then I got the opposite of you.
My father did his job.
And look, hold on, and I'm the opposite.
He did his role as a man.
So
I'm the opposite. I don't know how to do anything like that. I've always sat back and been a baby girl. I don't know how to do anything. Right. My first time ever pumping gas was like I was 36 years old.
Right.
Pumping gas. I know, right?
But so look, everybody ain't me, right? Listen, this is something that happened. The first time I tried to change a tire, I was with my stepson. He was 13 at the time, and his mother's car was down. This is before I realized I needed to give her my car. So I gave her my car right after this because I had a Maxima and she had a Mercury. Like, that's what we brought to the situation.
What does that mean, Maxima Mercury? What?
I had a Nissan Maxima.
No, but you said she had the Mercury.
I had a better car.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm changing the tire and trying to change the tire, and the car falls over. And we was like 18 inches from our knees. And I'm thinking like, yo, I almost killed my stepson. And at that moment, I was hell-bent on learning what I didn't know. or at least making sure he knew what I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because, so I'm able to self-analyze like that. A lot of people are not. It's a humbling thing to self-analyze like that.
Man,
it's
looking in the mirror is something.
It's not easy, and so a lot of these guys, I'm not gonna say they copping out because I get what you're saying. I'm not gonna say it because they my brothers and I want to see them do better, and I don't want to trigger them. So that's just me.
No, that was poignant.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't disagree with you at the same time, but they don't understand that they're copping out. I still got stuff that under that definition, technically, I would be copping out about. How I'm dealing with women. I know way more about dealing about women in this type of conversation than most men you're going to meet, because I got 4 years of having shows where this has been my heavy topic, right? A lot of people don't have that experience. And you know how it is, once you start dealing with certain topics, they just come to you anyways. You attract it. So I'm able to have the conversation, and I'm able to be objective, and I've been married 2 times and engaged before, and I'm able to self-analyze, so I'm seeing where I'm wrong so I could fix it.
Do you think a lot of men don't take that look in the mirror to self-analyze and fix the parts of them that aren't right to make it right?
I think that's a people thing, period.
That's interesting.
I was definitely going to say
that's
women
a people
too.
thing, period. Nobody wants to. I've rarely meet a woman who tell me what she did wrong in a relationship. Rarely, right? Rarely.
Look, we speak, so we can't even.
I mean, I can admit fault.
I got to the point where I try to be real mannerable. I'm not nice. I don't like that word, but I got manners, so I try to be proper. And when a woman tells me a story, I'm gonna listen. But it's been a couple times where I had to be like, "Shawty, leave your baby daddy alone." For one, I don't even care. You here with me now? You can have a seat, cross your legs, baby. I'll get you a glass of wine. Give me some food. Please, we don't need to talk about this guy. And I don't want to hear you bashing him, because my son, mom probably said this about me at some point.
Spirit says the black man is public enemy number 1, so our enemies allowed our women some successes to further cripple the black family. So goes the black man, so goes the black man. Ansel Jones says some men never had a male role model to teach them about being independent. John, many aren't even self-motivated or have intentions to elevate themselves. My struggles motivated me to advance myself.
I'm a prime example of that for real, because, look, I've never been a discipline problem, right? So I've always flown under the radar. But I was the type of kid, I needed that kick up the butt. If I wasn't in the military so long and had to get on my guys after I made rank about being self-starters, I never would have been a self-starter. In all honesty, I got that late. I was just cruising along in the military. I was a hard worker now. You tell me what to do, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and at the most, not the fastest, but the most efficient pace I can. But it wasn't until I made rank and I had 10, 12 guys up under me that I was responsible for that I became a self-starter, because I had to show the example for them.
I think that just comes with growth.
Like, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people, look, it's a lot of people that's just betas. And when I say betas, I ain't trying to. I'm not even trying to like test your masculinity. When I say that.
But that's the truth. That's the truth.
Alpha,
that's the truth. That's the truth.
Spirit ain't gonna like that. He always get on me about the animal kingdom when I start talking about.
But
alpha.
it's the truth, though.
But y'all know what I'm saying.
It's
Context,
absolute
right?
truth. Yes.
So the alpha types are really like the captains of industry. You ever heard of this book called The 7 Principles of Highly Successful People?
Yeah, I had to read it before.
Yeah, those cats. The cats who get up early on their own. The cats who they don't do it for the money no more. When they leaders, it's about their guys. You know what I'm saying? Because really, when you look out for your guys first, it's going to propel you. Because when they go up, you go up. So that makes it, for me, that made it real easy to be like, okay, my guys.
Well, let me ask you this. We've talked about the issues that separate us. As a man, and I'm going to ask you as a woman. As a man, what can we do to change this? Not just for you specifically, because you have those certain types of character traits that makes you look at yourself in the mirror, change what's broken. A lot of people don't do that. A quick little general statement that can help a man to get over those hurdles, to get where he needs to be, because the black family is strength. If we could get the black family back like how we used to have, I think a lot of the problems that we have as a community will fall to the wayside.
I think.
So what can a black man do? You talking to black men, what can he do as a man to get back on track, to be the prominent person that he needs to be for his family, his woman, his community?
This is really going to have to start with the parents raising their kids differently in two-parent homes. So first of all, stay with your woman. None of this works if two people don't want to stay. And I'm sorry, but you went in front of your Lord and Savior and said, I'm going to be here regardless. That's what you said. And I know there's conditions and exceptions, but some of those conditions and exceptions are, you're copping out, some of them. I can't speak to each individual situation, but even I could even call myself out.
I stayed for 20 years.
No, I mean, wait, there's exceptions. I can't speak to your individual situation, and I'm not trying to speak to anybody's individual situation.
I've never been married, so I ain't.
But I know I felt like I had a really good reason. I stepped away from my son's mother, right? I felt like in that moment, I felt like I had a good reason, and I still feel like there was a good reason. But even with my good reason, I still lost everything. And my son don't have his father around, and now they live in California. And now I'm scared. I'm not scared to commit, because I'll commit. But it makes me nervous, because now I got to consider the idea that I'm finna have to share resources, which is taking some resources away from my son. If I get serious with this woman, especially if she got kids, especially if she got small kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use the word fear. That's a fear of mine. My son don't deserve that. But here I am. And I'm not saying people should stay married for the kids. I think I should have, personally. This is for me. This ain't everybody. I think I should have, because I'm a better person around my son than not. And
why do you have to be? Why can't you step your game up? Why can't you?
Step my game
because up? You have obstacles. Yeah, whatever. If you feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing because you're not with him, what are some things that you can do to make to overcome those?
Well, at this point, I got certain issues that's keeping me here in Chicago.
Because sometimes when you stay in a relationship, an unhealthy relationship, it's even worse on the child.
Right, but the reason, once again, I'm gonna speak for me. Can't do this for other people. I'm gonna speak for me, but I imagine some people could share part of my story. Okay, I thought about that too, right? What you just said, but I'm looking at what got us to the place where we were toxic, right? It didn't have to get there. It was simply communication stuff that I didn't know the difference about. Like, I'm matching her energy when she mad. I'm a man. Ain't no way I should match her energy. Ain't no way she should try to round me up either, right?
Yeah.
But these things are happening. So in hindsight, what I would have did different. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. I'm gonna listen. In hindsight, if I'd known better, I'm gonna listen. Maybe she right, maybe she wrong. Who cares? She's still fine and she got on yoga pants. So hey, I'm gonna listen. You to a degree, you within reason. Because at some point you gotta say, hey, hold on now. I'm gonna listen.
Hold on now.
And I'm gonna smack her on the butt when she done. I hear you, baby. Put on some clothes. We finna go out. Maybe I could have tried that instead of being like, hold on, who do you think you talking to? And I'm a big dude, and I generally date smaller women. My two wives and my fiance, they was all between 5'5", 5'8", and about 140. I've been 240, 250 for a long time.
So now it's looking intimidating. Then.
Now I'm intimidated because I'm up now, and my voice can carry. So now I go from talking like this to, hey, who you talking to?
Right. Trying to match her energy.
And I'm not saying they was really scared I was going to hit them, but that don't help the mood.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
I could have did something different. And I'm not saying I should have had to cater to her attitude because maybe she was wrong, maybe she was right. But I'm married. I should have tried something different. And I did not.
Now, Miss Ann, what do you think from a woman's point of view? How can a woman change the narrative of, like he's saying, being the angry or bitter black woman to make it easy? I don't want to say make it easier, but just to smooth out the dissension between the black man. What can we do as women to bridge that gap as well? Because it's not just all on him. We have to take some type of responsibility for the actions that we play in the roles that make a man want to be argumentative or violent or cheat or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What do you think that we can do as women?
So I played devil's advocate earlier with you saying like we trying to do the man's role. I think that women should be more nurturing. I think that's like one of the main things. Like when you nurture something, it grows and it blossoms, and we need to be more nurturing. Like we need to be more supportive, right? We need to focus. I really say, like you said, it's about raising your kids. I think we need to focus on our kids, raise them, teach them, to be better people as we go on in society or whatever. But I just that we should be more nurturing. Because that's a lot of times that's what men need, you know.
Especially with, like we say, like he didn't have a mother. And a lot of men who didn't have mothering in their lives that leads them to being over-sexualized, lacking intimacy, unable to be empathetic to a woman because they don't have that nurturing side. So D says we need to learn to become what our relationship needs are at the time. We have to be adaptable instead of rigid. Both people need to be adaptable. This is actually the problem. We think that the other person should be flexible. And you're absolutely right. Katrina said, women need to heal our traumas. Men need to understand if they want better women, they have to be better men. It's the man's job to lead the home.
Lead. That's a trigger word for me.
Why is...
Because most people I ask what they mean by lead, this is what they get. Like, so what do you mean by lead? They respond by saying, lead. When people lead. Because my father, he led. Baby, I'm going to need a definition. I'm going to need an explanation of what you mean. Because when I lead, this is a shared responsibility here. This is a shared responsibility.
No, but if we're going to talk about betas and alphas, men are alphas. So you're supposed to lead by example.
Man, I'm an
you're
alpha.
supposed to go out, hunt, shoot, kill, bring it back. Man, I'm supposed to skin it, cook it, and do that. So that's when
I'm an alpha as the face of my household. Right?
And what were you
Hear me
about
out.
to say?
I'm just gonna say like the word lead. We're talking about lead, so let's just use it in the context of not even just a relationship. Let's say, okay, so in my job, I am the coordinator, so I lead, right? So I'm on time for work every day. I'm not a lazy worker, so I'm showing what has to be done, and then my staff, in return, they back me up. I don't do their jobs. I just lead. They still have to do their jobs, right? They're like the support.
From a military.
So that's just.
But you can't always do things from a military standpoint because.
Well, she used her job. I can't use my job.
No, because military.
The military is
kind of
it ain't what you think it is.
Okay.
I'm saying that's where I got my leadership from, the military.
Okay.
So, leadership, from my perspective, what I've learned, leadership is servitude. Leadership
Absolutely.
is servitude.
Every great leader is a servant. Every good leader is a servant.
So we was talking about that alpha thing. I'm an alpha outside of my house in order to be the face of my house so I can protect my house and keep my woman from having to get the scratches that I'm finna get.
But look, Katrina said a man leading his home is taking care of his home, making sure his home is provided in all mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally.
That's a partner job right there.
Oh.
That's a partner job. You can't put that all on the man. First of all, most men don't even know how to deal with half of what you just said. Let's be honest.
So we can't just say that's the problem.
No, it's not a problem.
No, that is a problem. They don't know how to do it. That's the problem. Because
these things are both parties' responsibilities. The mental, spiritual, emotional welfare of the house is both people's jobs.
And I guess since I'm this angry woman, that I'm this angry, bitter woman, I feel like I'm
rough around the edges. You want me to handle the emotional stuff?
But you should have. You want me to build you up and raise you?
No, I don't want that. I'm grown.
I'm just saying.
General
context. You said that we're supposed to work with you and build with you. You got this. You got these problems.
Each other. I'm saying it's a part. This is a partner.
I don't have time. I don't have time to do that.
Well, you don't want this then. If
you
exactly.
Don't have to, so that's the wrong part.
And that's peace. That's peace. If you don't want to help him with his shortfalls, because he's going to have some, and if he don't want to help you with your shortfalls, because you're going to have, both of you guys are going to have some, and some of those flaws might be his ability.
You can't come with these issues, which it's unfortunate that people have these issues. They've been through these things, but you can't come to me, and I'm already broken myself, and you expect me to have my load and carry your load too. Like then that's not what I was suggesting at all. Okay.
I wasn't suggesting that at all.
But you were saying like
I'm saying it's shared responsibility. We both got stuff. I'm 38 years old, right? Ain't no 38-year-old in America that don't got stuff. It
Absolutely.
don't exist.
But look, let me just take the wheel right fast because I'm a very spiritual person. Mm-hmm. I'm very empathetic, so I attract a lot of men who have, I don't want to say issues are broken, but I attract a lot of those type of men. You know, is it fair because I am that type of energy to always have to fix somebody if this is a shared responsibility? You know what I'm saying? Just because I can do it doesn't mean that I should.
That's how you burn people out.
That's how you burn, absolutely.
That's how you burn people out. If I feel like I have to do all, like, not to mention we're a mother, we got to nurture, we got kids. it's like I want somebody to come kind of prepared already.
Well,
Now, I'm not saying that there won't be issues. There won't be like small things we have to work on. But if you just like have these issues that I don't have time to deal with those, especially not no 40-year-old lady that I am.
I'm probably in error often when I speak, especially today maybe because I'm even though I'm trying not to, I think maybe I'm still speaking for guys who ain't me. Me, if she's with me, she don't got half of those issues.
Mm-hmm.
The table's set. Come eat, baby, and help me manage it. You dig? And I'm helpful myself. I'm not. My first instinct if I walk in the house and see her eating, cooking, is I'm finna help. She probably gonna have to sit me down because I don't know how to cook, or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. I'm not just finna watch her clean. I'm not just finna watch her cook. She ain't worried about no money. She's not dealing with an abusive guy. She's not dealing with a cheater. I'm home every night. I'm a people person. I love to be around the family. That's me. So, I got other flaws.
So in simple, we all need to date you. That's how we go figure this out.
Get you an Anthony.
When I'm in relationship mode like that, hey, I'm the move.
Get you an Anthony.
Okay,
being
look.
honest, but everybody hasn't been able to provide the platform that I have been able to provide. So that gives me a certain confidence. I'm able to provide health care, blah, 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 all this stuff.
But you know what?
It's things my woman don't got to worry about. So she don't give me some of those other problems that another woman might, quote, unquote, give another man.
But Loki, there are a lot of men who do that, who can do that, but they have these other issues.
I can name off 10. We always going to have issues.
But some you can't deal with. Some you can't look over.
When you sat up there and you got married, we told God, hey, God, look.
That's the difference.
For better or for worse. And what most of us, we got up there and we lying. Not you. You was married 20 years. Man, to me, you did your job. G, you get. You did your 20 years. You did your job.
Yeah, I did a bit.
Your kids grown enough. You did your job.
I did a bit.
Now, it's sad that you didn't work out, but I'm just saying I can't. You just ain't your category. But for people like me who only did 5-6 years, we quit.
Right.
We quit.
Yeah. Now look, I wanted to play a game. I wanted to do succotash. We done ran out of time. Anthony,
I'm sorry.
No.
Look what's happening. I didn't even know that.
I didn't even know it either. Earl was like, wrap it up. I look like, man, we didn't even get to do what we want to do. Everybody chimed in. I absolutely love the conversation. I definitely would like to pick this up on another time because it's a lot of layers to go with this. And we brushed on a whole multitude of topics dealing with the drugs, crime, social status, even the government taking the black man out of the family. We touched on a lot of subjects real briefly. It was so many things, and it was real good. So, like I said, we're about to wrap it up. If you want to just say anything quick, Anthony, before we wrap it up, make it quick because we on damn time.
Yo, shout out to all my fans. I'm joking. Hey, I really appreciated the opportunity. I ain't did nobody podcast or my own in about a year. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I can't wait till you to come back.
And I just wanted to say, Anthony, will you marry me?
Right. We're going to be sister wives on this one. Make it for the village.
I don't know. I need you to find the right deity to tell them that you ain't going to quit so they can hold you to it.
All right. They said next week they need a part 2. So not next week because I think that's the 4th of July, but the following Sunday, can we wrap this? Can we do this another part 2?
I can do it. I'll be here.
Anthony?
Yeah, I'm with it. Yeah.
Okay, well, once again, happy Sunday. This is Asia on America on intellectualradio.com. Till next time, I love y'all.